Good morning, this is Natalia, and I want to show you some new capabilities of SensoPRO 3.3. Okay, I'm going to take out my camera. I wanted to say hi. First thing is actually that we are going to be able to compare different sets of samples. Okay, so let's go to set number 1. Okay, we will put this one. Okay, then we can add another set. Okay, of different samples, and we can add another. And actually, we can add up to 7 different sets of files. In this case, we are going to demonstrate how it would work for 3 measurements. Okay. So in this case, I want to find a roughness parameter that will differentiate these 3 sets of samples. So I'm going to change my plugin. Also, you can see that the interface is quite different. Now it's actually more friendly for the user, and it's actually easier to find the plugin that you need. Okay, so after seeing the different filters and checking that all of them are correct, we can go and click Analyze. So it's analyzing all 15 files, okay, applying all those filters, and it's already done. It took only 11 seconds for 15 different samples. So actually we have here an Excel file with all the measurements, but also we have a lot of different roughness parameters that will differentiate these 3 surfaces. That's one thing that I wanted to show, okay? The other thing that I wanted to show, okay, I'm going to take those out, and I'm going to load this beautiful image, okay? And I'm going to show you a new capability of this new version of SensoPRO is actually that we can do multiple recipes at the same time, okay? Meaning that, for example, in this case, in the case of this sample here, that it's a thermal pad, what we can measure is the roughness here in the background. We can measure the whole rectangle because we are going to consider this as a rectangular hole. And we actually are going to measure as well 3 different sets of heights, which would be with a plugin that it's a multiple step height, okay? So for that, we would go to new multiple, and we're going to select the recipes that we want to use, okay? Which are actually these ones. And we're going to put demo 3.3. Okay, and now we have the first one, which would be the surface roughness for this part of the sample with all those parameters. The second one that would calculate this rectangular hole, and the third one would be to actually analyze and comprehend that there's different heights, and we're going to measure this. Okay. So we click Analyze, and we have our 3 measurements, okay? The first one of the multiple step heights, the second one of our rectangular hole, and the third one of our roughness analysis. And actually, we can check the Excel files on the folder that we had our data. So first of all, this would be the data that we get from the surface roughness plugin. This Excel file corresponds to the data that we get from the rectangular hole plugin. And finally, the third one, it's actually giving us the different step heights from the multiple step height plugin. Also, something new about this version of the software is that we're going to have 3 new plugins: aspherical, and concentricity. Thank you for your time.